My name is Gordon Clarke. My mother experienced her first MS attack when I was an embryo, during the first trimester of her pregnancy with me. On that night, February 2nd, 1993, she had what doctors thought was a stroke. Symptoms included a paralysis of her left half and slurred speech. 2 days after I was born, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. This disease had a profound effect on me then, and has continued to affect me today. When I was born, it soon became apparent that I had a palsy, as it turned out absence, on my 7th cranial nerve. This palsy resulted in the lack of control of the left side of my face. Doctors say that my non-genetic palsy has a high probability of having resulted from my mom's initial contact with MS. I had 2 surgeries to help correct the palsy when I was 5 and 6 years old. 1 year adding nervous tissue, and the other adding muscle tissue. At a young age, the cliche phrase, "ignorance is bliss," really applied to me. I did not recognize that I was any different because of my facial defect. All that seemed out of the ordinary were routine doctor checkups, leading to 2 surgeries and more routine checkups afterwards. Once I entered schooling, this defect became more prominent in my life. I was ridiculed about my asymmetrical face, the scars around my ears, and the larger scar on my calf. I was subject to bullying and name-calling. I even had to undergo peer mediation. Questions such as, "What's wrong with your face?" or "How did you get that scar?" seemed endless. My frank explanation were taken at best as something cool, yet foreign. I did have 1 or 2 close friends, but I was mainly that kid with the wonky smile. I don't blame my mom for my problem. I blame multiple sclerosis. In addition to my palsy defect, this disease has indirectly affected my life through my mother. When the temperature is high, my mom cannot stay outside for too long. Therefore, my sister and I cannot go to the swimming pool with her. We cannot bike ride in the summer or do any other outdoor activity in the high heat. My sister and I also do a lot more household chores than the average kid because of MS. One of the considerations for my mom not working full-time, and now not at all, is because of her MS diagnosis. My dad, thankfully, has a good salary, but there's not much spare cash since my mom doesn't work, and because the medicine to combat her MS is quite costly. This disease hit my mom in the prime of her life, out of the blue. Before this, she competed in triathlons and worked out incessantly. My mother is an inspiration to me. She has not been able to resume her once rigorous, active lifestyle, but my mother has been able to persevere through the numbness and tiredness of her relapsing, remitting multiple sclerosis and keep active. My mother's unexpected and sudden diagnosis has taught me to live life to the fullest, as I or anyone could be diagnosed with a chronic disease at any moment. Again, I'm Gordon Clarke. I'm the National MS Society's 2011 Kate Coleman Scholarship recipient. And I believe in Kate's hope.